Compass just announced that they're acquiring Anywhere Real Estate. Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Sotheby, Corcoran, Better Homes and Gardens, creating a $10 billion giant with 340,000 agents. But here's what they're not telling you. Industry insiders are calling this a major power play, and agents at both companies are already looking for the exits. If you're at Compass or Anywhere and you're watching this, what I'm about to share could save your career and your income. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's happening, why it matters to you, and what the smartest agents in your market are doing right now. Okay, I am about to provide you loads of quotes from industry leaders. Don't take my word for any of their accuracy. I'm going to include all the links in the description below. What's really happening? Let's cut through the corporate PR. Yes, Compass is calling this transformative and talking about empowering agents, but let's look at what the industry experts are actually saying. Mike DelPrete, one of the most respected real estate analysts, is calling this exactly what it is: leverage in its ongoing push for exclusive inventory and a challenge to the existing MLS, NAR, and Zillow dominance. Robert Potashnick from Real Estate Intelligence Agency also doesn't mince words. He says the real story isn't Compass buying Anywhere. The real access of power is between Robert Reffkin, CEO of Compass, who is desperate for stock price leverage and growth. This is about Compass building a monopoly on attention, access, and data, with the consumer paying the price. Notice what's missing from these expert opinions. Anything about making life better for agents. This is about market power, leverage, and control. That's what they say. And it's not about you, the agent. The agent compensation warning signs. Now, if you're a Compass or Anywhere agent, here's where you need to pay close attention, because there is a disturbing pattern that every agent needs to understand. For Compass agents, your splits are getting worse, not better. Again, Mike DelPrete has research that shows that Compass is paying its agents less over time through a combination of reducing existing agent splits, recruiting new agents with lower splits, and higher fees. In fact, the 1% reduction in revenue paid out to agents over the last 2 years represents about $9.5 million retained by Compass and not paid out to its agents. And Compass actually brags about this in their earnings call, calling it an improvement. But wait, doesn't Compass offer higher splits? So here's the truth. While Compass initially lures agents with generous splits, sometimes like 82% or 90%, many of these deals often expire after the first year and are replaced with more traditional compensation, lower commission splits. And unlike brokerages with transparent standard splits, at Compass, commission splits are negotiable depending on what you are able to bring in, meaning two agents doing the same work can be paid completely differently. The agent equity program disaster. Okay, remember back in 2021 when Compass agents were told to invest in company stock instead of taking their full commissions? It was revealed that agents deferred hundreds of millions of dollars in compensation payments through this equity program, essentially giving Compass a zero interest loan. And those investments became worth pennies on the dollar because the stock price went down. I bet the Compass agents didn't like that much. The clawback trap. And if you try to leave, Compass has a pretty aggressive clawback provision, even on 1-year contracts. So agents are actually on the hook for 2 to 3 years. One New York agent discovered if they left, they'd be on the hook to have to pay Compass $400,000. And as another industry leader put it, you're an independent contractor, but you can't really leave. At least you can't leave Compass. Hey, if you're getting any value from this, could you please subscribe to keep us dishing out the real story without the fluff? It helps motivate us. Thanks a bunch. The financial instability factor. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room: debt and financial stability. When this merger was announced, Compass stock dropped 15% in 1 day. Why? Because Wall Street seized the problems. Analysts processed how the company would sort out Anywhere's smattering of business models, its duplicative infrastructure, and its pile of debt. Here's what that means for you as an agent. The combined company will have 4.4 times leverage. That's the debt to earnings ratio. It'll have $2.1 billion in debt to manage. and they have a goal to cut $225 million in costs. When companies need to cut costs while managing massive debt, where do you think those cuts are going to come from? Your marketing budgets, your support, your commission splits. So does the Company Anywhere merger close the book on competition? Well, perhaps, with office closures, agent displacement, and a lot of uncertainty. For Anywhere agents specifically, multiple franchises and independent brokers are already saying that they're not sure they're going to re-up given the change. And I'm already seeing the signs of this that's bringing us more opportunities from both singular recruits at both of these companies. Your broker owners are uncertain. Your fellow agents are uncertain. And uncertainty kills careers in real estate. Okay, so by the way, I'm Karrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor and EXP certified mentor. So of course EXP is an alternative. There's a lot of really smart agents looking at EXP right now. And before I show you the specific benefits, you need to understand who EXP is, because this isn't just another brokerage option. This is the industry leader that's been quietly dominating while everyone else has been scrambling. EXP didn't just join the cloud-based revolution. They invented it. They're the biggest, the best, and the earliest player in the future of real estate. While Compass was still spending billions on fancy offices and Anywhere was clinging to traditional models, EXP was building the infrastructure that now is processing more transactions than any other brokerage. The only cumulatively profitable brokerage. So here's a fact that should stop you in your tracks. EXP is the only cumulatively profitable brokerage that's publicly traded over the past 5 years. Yes, that's including Compass. Yes, that's including Anywhere. While Compass has hemorrhaged hundreds of millions in losses and Anywhere has struggled with profitability, EXP has been profitable, all while paying agents more and expanding globally. That's not just impressive, that's the definition of a sustainable business model. 8 years on Glassdoor's best companies to work for. Want to know what agents really think? Glassdoor doesn't lie. eXp Realty has made Glassdoor's best companies to work for the last 8 years in a row. They are currently ranked number 7 in the entire country across all industries. Compass? Well, they made the list twice in 2019 and 2020, the early days. Then once those agent concerns were talked about, the decreasing splits, the clawback, the equity program disaster, well, they vanished from the list entirely. The CEO approval numbers tell the story. Here's where it gets really revealing. Only 78% of Compass agents approve of their CEO, and that number's probably about to drop after this announced acquisition. At EXP, 94% of agents approve of their CEO. That's not a small difference. That's a massive vote of confidence in leadership and direction. Would you recommend it to a friend? This might be the most important metric. Would you recommend your brokerage to a friend? At Compass, only 74% would, currently before this news. At EXP, 91% would recommend it to a friend. Think about that. When agents are putting their reputation on the line by recommending where their friends should work, 9 out of 10 EXP agents say, absolutely, come here. That's not marketing spin, that's real agent satisfaction. Now let's talk about how EXP works. Transparent, equal commission splits, no negotiations needed. At EXP, all agents' commission splits are the same across the board. No agents receive exclusive deals, unlike many other real estate brokerages. All agents at EXP pay the same commission split and fees regardless of tenure, transaction volume, etc. Think about that. You don't have to negotiate. Your colleague making the same production as you gets paid the same. This equal treatment embodies EXP Realty's core value of transparency. 80-20 split to cap, then 100% commission. Everybody gets an 80-20 split until they hit $16,000 annual cap. After that, you keep 100% of your commissions for the rest of your anniversary year. Compare that to Compass, where agents' splits are being reduced over time, and some agents have vastly different deals than others. The Icon Agent Program, earn your cap back. Here's where it gets really interesting. If you qualify as an Icon agent at EXP, you earn your $16,000 that you paid to EXP in that 20% right back in company stock. But unlike Compass's failed agent equity program, this is real ownership in a company and a long-term path to building wealth. And that stock that you're getting, that is part of the S&P 600. Revenue share, potentially passive income without the games. EXP has a revenue share model where revenue sharing is paid from EXP company's side of the commission split, that 20%. It doesn't cost agents anything extra. And this is no small thing. Just last year, EXP paid over $170 million to agents in revenue share. And that is real money that goes into agent bank accounts on top of their commission checks. This is income earned by helping other agents succeed. No clawbacks, no games. Financial stability, zero debt model. While Compass Anywhere is drowning in debt, EXP operates on a cloud-based model with minimal overhead and no debt concerns. EXP's revolutionary virtual business model does away with the added cost of traditional brick and mortar brokerage. And believe me, EXP has made that amazing for agents, creating more support, better tech, better training, better systems. They're the only brokerage with the extra money to invest back. And they do exactly that. So don't worry, EXP isn't gonna need to slash your benefits or cut your splits to service some debt payments. Unlike Compass's aggressive 2 to 3 year clawbacks, EXP has simple requirements. So long as you stay current on your very low $85 monthly fee, and then of course all your state licensing requirements, you can remain licensed at EXP Realty. There's no hidden penalties for leaving, there's no surprise bills, and you didn't have to pay like $2,000 for E&O the day you walked in the door. Actual agent ownership. At EXP, agents are awarded or can earn shares of stock in EXP World Holdings after certain milestones are reached, including $200 stock award for your first transaction every single year, and $400 when you cap, again, every single year. This stuff really adds up. You're becoming a real shareholder in a profitable, publicly traded company. The sponsorship advantage. Real value, zero cost. Now, here's something most agents don't know about EXP. The sponsorship program. When you join EXP, you choose a sponsor who has a vested interest in your success. What makes this really cool is that the best sponsors can provide you massive value at no additional cost. Take teams like Smart Agent Alliance. We provide more free value than anyone else in the real estate business. I'm serious, we're not kidding. Look at everything we do. And it's all included. There are no extra costs or hidden fees. Why? Because in the EXP model, your success is our success. Our interests are aligned. There's no competing interest. We don't win unless you win. That alignment creates an environment where top performers are genuinely invested in helping you build your business or take you to the next level. You're not gonna find that at Compass, where you'll be negotiating your split against the company's interests. You won't find that at Anywhere brands either, where you're on your own unless you pay for additional coaching or systems, most of them. Bottom line, EXP isn't a gamble on an unproven model. This is joining the company that's already won while everybody else is still trying to figure out the future. Okay, look, I get it. Change is hard. You've built relationships. You know your current systems, and the unknown feels risky. But here's the truth. Staying in an unstable situation is the risk. Smart agents aren't waiting to see how it plays out. They're already making moves. The question isn't whether you can afford to explore EXP. The question is, how can you afford not to? Click the link in the description below to schedule a confidential, no pressure conversation about EXP Realty and Sponsor Team Smart Agent Alliance. You can also use our commission calculator to see exactly how much more you can keep with EXP versus your current brokerage. You could also just check out our website at smartagentalliance.com. And if you're already feeling that uncertainty about your current brokerage, trust that feeling. Your instincts are telling you something important. By the way, leave a comment below. Are you at Compass or are you at Anywhere? What are your biggest concerns about this merger? Let's talk about it. And again, if you found this video helpful at all, please smash that button and subscribe, because I will be tracking this merger and bringing you updates that actually matter to your bottom line, not the corporate PR stuff. Remember, in times of industry chaos, transparency wins, stability wins, agent-centric wins. That's EXP Realty. And there should be other videos about EXP Realty and our sponsor team somewhere showing above my head right now. Thank you for watching and have a great day.